My experience with prostate cancer started quite by surprise. I was feeling well, and I had no symptoms that I was ill from anything. I was at age 54 at this time, and from an annual exam by my physician, my PSA had come up. It was high. It was not very high, but it was higher than it had been. And at this point, we did a second test, and it had relatively doubled. The first one was 1.6, and the second one, about 8 months later, was in the area of 3.5 in that area. So this was in 1998, and I had my wife and we talked it over and prayed about it, and we decided for me and the aggressiveness of the cancer that radical prostatectomy would be the best thing to do. So that was done, even though it was like early detection and all the margins were clear. It returned in 1.5, 2 years and slowly started increasing. And at that point, a bone scan found it in several places in my body. And I found out that prostate cancer usually goes to the bones. It goes other places, but it's common for it to return in the bones. And since it was multiple places, my shoulder blades, ribs, and so I was put on ADT, androgen deprivation therapy. Lupron was the brand name, and it's kept my PSA down to virtually zero, and I'm on it still, and I'm doing well. I do active surveillance with my doctor, and I get a ADT shot every 6 months. I wanted to put my hat in the ring and speak up for African American men and for all men, because prostate cancer touches everybody, not just the men. It touches the family. Also, it's a family disease, like most cancers are. It's not in a vacuum by itself. I think it's extremely important because there are answers out there or questions that have to be answered as to why prostate cancer metastasizes in one patient and not another, why a group of patients, I'm talking about in the disparity area, why African American men have higher incidence, and it's generally more aggressive. We need answers for that, and I want to help come up with answers. I have a science background. I've got a degree in chemistry, and I've done research in the food industry, and I really believe in the science, and that science will be the answer to solving these problems. It started with the email, and I read the email, and I read what Promise was all about, and how what was the John Hopkins and several other organizations that I was familiar with that were known for doing some of the best research in the cancer industry and in the prostate cancer industry. And when I saw who the players were, and I felt more confident, and I read the package that it talked about patients' rights as patients that are choosing to submit the DNA sample. We have rights, and those rights, I was glad to see that. So everything I read and made me feel more and more assured that I was doing the right thing. I felt positive and reassured that my cancer hadn't changed, and I also felt that since there are so many variants and other genes that are being looked at, I still felt good that I was doing what I could that may help form an opinion or come to a decision as to which direction to continue research in. So I still felt good about it, even though I was negative for BRCA. So I would explain to men of color is that you have twice as likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer as Caucasian men, and you're twice as likely to die from it. And there are no definitive reasons why yet. Some of it is socioeconomic based, but there is some scientific basis for it also, and that's where we want to help out at. It's the most, well, it's not the most, but it's one of the most important things I have to do in my life. I put it up there with other than my family, and it's prostate cancer awareness and helping men with prostate cancer information and a voice to listen, a voice to hear, and ears to listen, and answer questions the best I can. And if I don't have an answer, to guide them to where they can get an answer that's a reliable answer that they could trust. My advice to men that are considering the Promise Registry is to be open-minded and to realize that this is an opportunity to participate in a large project that can not only save your life, but save the life of other men. By joining the Promise Registry, it's an opportunity to help the science of prostate cancer research and treatment, and that the number one thing we need to do as prostate cancer survivors is to assure that other men coming behind us will get the best care that they can get.